Have you ever looked at your bank account and thought to yourself, how is this even possible? I make all this money, but yet I'm still feeling behind. This was me on my wealth journey years ago, where I was in this constant cycle of credit card debt. And it wasn't until I made this shift, I was able to start seeing progress with my finances. And in this video, I'm going to walk you through the plan that changed the direction of where my finances was going. So if you've been feeling stuck, even though you're earning more and more year after year, and this video is for you. Hey, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sashika Mas. I'm a financial coach and the founder of Jama Wealth Financial. And I help high earners keep more cash in their pockets so they can position it to wealth and create a life of freedom and ease. One of the top things that I see working with women is this idea that making more money is going to be the ultimate solution to help them move forward with their finances. But once we peel back the layers and really get deep into what's happening with their finances, do we see that there is an alternative that will help them stop feeling stuck and actually start seeing more progress forward? So I want you to think about your money as a tool that's going to drive you towards the life that you said you want, right? That life of freedom where you are able to move on your own terms. You're not subject to working that 9 to 5 and requesting PTO. You ultimately want to be in a place where your money is going to fund the life that you desire. And when you think about it from that perspective, I want you to get very clear on what that looks like for you. So down to what it looks like for you when you wake up in the morning, what are you doing? Who is in your community? Those are the things that's going to help you understand what you want your money to do for you. Because one of the top things that I see when I'm working with women is the common symptoms are I'm overwhelmed with my finances. I don't know where my money is going. And the reason that you don't have that confidence is because confidence cannot be built out of guessing or a lack of clarity. Confidence comes when you are crystal clear on what it is that you want and how you are directing yourself, your life, your actions towards that destination. So I'm going to walk you through 3 steps on how you can actually position your mindset and your income to move towards the destination that you want. Step number 1 is always going to be to get clarity and having a vision for what you want for your life. So part of that vision and clarity is you deciding, all right, here's where I am right now, but this is the life that I actually want to live. And that's going to require you to get clear on what's happening right now in my life. What does my income look like? What are my expenses? Is there alignment between what I say I want for my life and what I'm actually doing for my life? And when you ask yourself these questions, it's going to bring up for you things that will help you become more aware of what are the habits and behaviors that you're doing that's either moving you forward towards that vision or keeping you stuck where you are right now. A lot of times, the first thing we think about when we're feeling stressed and overwhelmed with money is that, oh, it must mean that I need more money. But more income is not necessarily always the answer. Now, if you are very clear on what's happening with your money, you've tracked it out, you realize that your income is there, but your expenses are more, and you've tried to cut back and you've tried all these things, then okay, income could potentially be the thing that you need to move forward. But I can tell you, of the women that I've seen, the common thing is that it is not the income. They have plenty of income, but the challenge is they don't know where they're directing it to. And because there's no plan or vision, then their money's going wherever it goes because of no direction. Step 2, once you've defined for yourself, okay, here's the destination that I want to go towards in my life, then you're going to create a plan. One of the things that I did on my journey is I created a 5-year budget plan. That was essentially me saying, okay, where do I want to be within the next 5 years? I mapped out to the income level, the saving, the investments of what I wanted to achieve. And then I used a plan to then move me towards that. So within that budget plan, I mapped out exactly what my income and expenses were going to be. I projected forward what I thought my expenses would be based on different milestones in my life, my kids' life, so that I can have a picture of what I was working towards and how I can direct my income. And this plan, what it did for me was it allowed me to have this forethought of seeing, okay, if I were to maintain my expenses within this realm that I've created, and assuming that my income would increase by 3% or so each year, maybe 10% if I got a raise or promotion. But being able to clearly see, okay, if my income is this level and these are my expenses, this is when I'll be able to achieve this particular savings milestone or this particular investing milestone, right? Because I had that destination, now I was able to draw a map based on where I was and move me towards where I wanted to be. And then number three is tracking your progress on that journey. This is one of the things that I see all too often is you say you want to have financial freedom, but there's no plan and there is no tracking process to see, okay, this is what I said I want. How close or far am I from that goal? So tracking is going to be one of those key things. And what that looks like is you checking your account each week. Maybe you're checking in to make sure that for that particular week, with the income that you've had come in, what your expenses were against that income to ensure that you're not going over, right? The goal is to maintain a positive cash flow, meaning that your income remains more than your expenses. Over time, when you have that positive cash flow, you're able to then funnel that income toward building up your freedom fund or investing or funneling it to other goals. And here's the thing, having that clear picture to be able to see for the year and then 5 years over what my income was gonna look like, it gave me more confidence. Why? Because now I was clear as to, okay, if I'm making this income and if I can stay within this range within my expenses, then I have more money to be able to fuel towards my goals, right? It's important for you to have that overall vision, but then what's gonna be is you taking that vision and coming down to creating those milestones and the plan around it that's gonna drive you forward. Because that clarity, that understanding is what's gonna give you that freedom. Imagine having a plan for the entire year, meaning you already know exactly where you're gonna be spending your money, how much you're planning to save, how much you're planning to spend on groceries, how much you're planning to shop, how much you have planned for vacation. Imagine having all those things planned out for the entire year, right? That gives you confidence to understand where you are directing your money. Now, there's another side to it. Is again, it's not just that you're planning it out, but that you're also tracking to see, okay, how close are you coming towards the plan that you've set for yourself? This is where that check-in comes. And I want to stress is that it's not about you deciding that I'm going to cut all these things out of my budget. It's you aligning with, okay, is this important to me over here? Or is it more important for me to put money towards my vacation so that I can have time to relax? Or is it more important to me to put money towards my investment because I know that in the long term, this money is going to work for me and help me create more freedom? Those are the thinking patterns that you want to have so that you're able to direct your income in alignment with the life that you want. You want to make sure that you are moving in a direction that's getting you closer towards your vision. So let me know in the comments, how would it feel for you to have a 5-year plan mapped out of exactly how you can direct your income to create more freedom for you? Would you feel more confident knowing exactly what your income is going to do for you? Let me know in the comments. Because this is exactly what I help my clients do. We work together to understand what's actually happening with your finances right now, digging through all of the internal beliefs and habits and behaviors and patterns that are keeping you stuck, and creating a plan so that you can move forward and finally feel more confident. So if this is something that you're interested in, I invite you to apply below. And if accepted, you'll book a call with me and we'll talk through what the challenges are and if there's alignment for us to work together. So if this video resonated with you, I want you to hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell. You can also find me on Instagram, LinkedIn, and Threads where I post content daily. And until my next video, here's to your financial freedom.